misconceptions and the beef or the feud with 50 Cent, you know, the whole, you know, controversy, etc. Can you specify on that? And also, do you feel like maybe in the future, you know, with all the beef and the issues that are going on, do you hopefully you can make a friendship out of this?
I don't have any beef.
You may not, you may not have, well, I mean, from the records that you were talking about before, I mean, the conversations having before about the fights, etc., before, and all the beef before, I'm just hoping to see if things can come to a conclusion where you can hopefully become friends again.
I don't see your point in asking these questions right now. What's the point?
Well, the point, well, I'm just asking about 50 Cent and the whole
For what?
situation.
For what?
Well, it's a conversation that's been going on for years, from 1990.
Exactly. It has nothing to do with 2024. So what are we talking about?
But what I'm trying to make you understand, Jar, is maybe the whole
You don't,
behavior.
oh, time out. You don't have to make me understand shit. I need to make you understand that there's not a conversation that needs to be had in 2024. There's no beef. I don't have any beef with anybody.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, I just think it could be behavior from before is the reason why the whole situation, and the Home Office has obviously had these, you know, read about before, and the conversation. This is what I'm trying to get.
No, you're trying to get clickbait.
No, I'm not trying to get. No, I'm not trying to get clickbait.
What's simple and plain is I have a gun charge and I had a tax charge, and I went to prison for 2 years, and so that is why for a gun charge, and that is why I cannot come into your country. It has nothing to do with anything else.
Fair enough. Right. Well, let's just move on then, because clearly you don't want to talk about 50 Cent, and that's fair enough, because obviously it's such it's such a historical story.
It's nothing to talk about.
Well, I mean,
you know there's Google, right? You ever heard of Google?
No, 100% I've heard of Google.
Yeah, and everybody has it. Everybody has it. So everybody can go do research and go check out whatever they need to know about whatever they need to know about.
Fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough. How do you also, my other question is, how do you manage the balance between personal conflicts and your personal endures, especially in the public eye? Because obviously when it comes to work and etc., and obviously being a hip hop, because hip hop culture used to be about controversy years ago. How do you have the difference?
I'm not understanding the question.
Okay, so I'll make it clear. So the conversation, sorry, your life in hip hop culture years ago, there used to be controversy, correct? There used to be a lot of controversy about how that's how the genre was in the era was, right?
The controversy in the genre of hip hop, you're confusing me, bro.
Okay, so
you're losing me, man.
Okay, so the era of hip hop was a lot of controversy. There was always
which era are we speaking at? What era was this?
Well, the 1990s, the early 2000s.
Which beefs are you speaking about? Biggie, Tupac? What are we talking about?
Yeah, Biggie, Tupac, etc. Yes.
I mean, those are isolated incidents, man. There's nothing to talk about. Very, very unfortunate for hip hop. We lost two greats, you know. Nothing to talk about there.
Okay. And also your latest music that you're working on. What kind of music are you working on, or music artists that you're collaborating with?
You know, I'm working on a new project, new album coming June 1st. Incredible project. It's sounding and feeling like nothing I've felt in a long time, you know, when it comes to recording. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I feel like the mid 50 Cent asking question has disappointed you, Jar. I feel like I've disappointed you a bit.
No, I don't care. I mean, you should be disappointed in yourself. Like, you know, that's.
Well, it's a conversation. Well, it's a question that
it's really not, man. Stop. Just stop. You know it's not. Like, just stop.
Well, it's a conversation. It's a conversation that's been going on for years, and I don't understand why it's
okay. Yeah. I don't understand why I don't want to have this conversation with you about.
Fair enough.
Something that happened 20 years ago. Would you like to talk about something 20 years ago? You want to talk about the Cold War? What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about fucking the AIDS epidemic? What do you want to talk about? Like, what do you want to talk about? You understand how silly that sounds? What are we talking about, bro? It's 2024.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, I think we should just bring it back to the original topic, just around the UK and what he could do for change.
Right. So let's go back into that.
Obviously, that's not what he wants to talk about. He
No,
wants
it is
clickbait.
no,
He wants sensationalism.
no, John,
And for me, that's not
No,
you
you're
didn't
getting
do
it
your
wrong.
job as a journalist if that's what you came to ask me about.
No, it's not to do with that, Jar. It's about the whole history before. It was just a question because clearly you've been talking about it for years. I mean, you've been talking about it for years, and I just wanted to ask you a question.
And actually, I have not been talking about it for years. Pierce asked me a question because that's Pierce's fucking thing. He likes to fucking, be an agitator and ask, tough questions. That's fine. But, I didn't know that was your thing. You know what I'm saying? I thought this was Forbes. I don't know. I'm confused here to what kind of publications I'm being asked to do interviews for.
Okay, fair enough. Well, how about we just move on in the last couple of questions then?
Yeah,
I don't want to put you in any it was just a question, John. Clearly you've been asked about this
get
many
it.
times.
And I answered it. I told you I answered it. Yeah.
Right. And also the era of music now, right? Going on, let's talk more about music. Music has really changed. Social media has been around. When you were around, social media wasn't around. When Biggie was around, etc. All these hip hop icons were all, really grafting. Now it's become a bit easier, in my opinion, for social, people to become viral over the internet. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's a gift and a curse. I think it helps certain people, and I think other people not so much.
Okay. And what steps do you think you can take in order to, continue having these conversations with the Home Office in the future? Are you planning to? Have you wrote them a letter? Have you spoke to them?
I mean, I really don't know which next steps are going to be taken. My real compassion is to the fans. I'm, really thinking of what I can do to honor my fans and do something cool for them, outside of being able to come to the country, So, me and my team are thinking about what we can do on that level. As far as, creating change, I've always been an advocate for change and doing what's right, So we'll see how that works out as well,
And before you were speaking about a school, can you tell me about the school that you're looking at, that you're working with at the moment?
I'm building a school in Ghana. Yeah. It's an amazing thing, man, working with Pencils of Promise and it's doing great things for the people, man. That's what life is about. It ain't about all that other shit. It's about, making sure that your loved ones and the people around you are taken care of and that you walk in a right path where people can be proud of you in that way, and so, that's what Ja Rule's brand is about, positivity, good energy.
And I'm just going into more basic questions now. What's your favorite sport?
Basketball, football guy.
Do you like rugby, cricket?
I don't know enough about it. Rugby to me is, similar to American football, and cricket is similar to American baseball. Similar but very different, both of them. So that's the most that I know. I don't really know too much about the sports, and how they're played.
Finally, what message would you like to convey to your fans, especially those who may have been disheartened by your recent events or concerned about the state of hip hop culture at the moment?
And to my fans, we'll be back bigger and stronger than ever, in the UK sooner than later, hopefully. But if not, like I said, I'll looking to put something together special for the UK fans. But yeah, outside of that, live life to the fullest, man. Enjoy it. It's short.
Ja Rule, I want to say thank you very much for this conversation. I'm really hoping that we can enlighten this conversation. Like I said to you before, my agenda was not